Okay, so that's enough of the personal. I want to now say something about the efforts that led to the referendum in 1999 that resulted in the vote for the retention of the current system. Now, we shouldn't exaggerate the outcome of that referendum. It was basically 55-45. And if just a relatively small number of our fellow citizens had changed their mind, it would have been over. I've received a letter recently by somebody who said, I don't believe it's possible to alter our constitution. Well, I certainly don't agree with that. If the people of Australia wanted to change their constitution to a republic, then that's it. If it's supported by the majority of the people in accordance with the constitution, it's over. And that would certainly be the view of the Queen, and it would be the way in which our constitutional system operates. But the mistake that was basically made by those who advanced the Republic idea was to move without really starting to ask the question, should we change our system? There was just an assumption that we were going to change the system, and there was no real pre-consideration of whether we needed to change the system. And I think that was a very serious flaw in the way Mr. Keating went about things. It was rushed with great haste, and it then led to a convention which led to a model which was then fixed upon those who were trying to advance the Republican idea. All of this was really bundled into the public domain without adequate time to do the one thing that is essential in a democracy if you're trying to change it, which is to prepare the path of those who will lose out in the debate, and to give time for them to adjust their minds to a change. None of that was really done, and I think that was one of the main reasons for the failure of that endeavour to change the Constitution. But at the heart of the dispute, there were people who criticised ACM and criticised its participants at the time for being deceitful and for not giving a true picture of what was really on the agenda by emphasising the divisions within the Republican camp. I don't think that was a fair criticism of Australians for Constitutional Monarchy, because under our Constitution, if you're trying to change it, you have to have something specific. You can't just say, will you support a republic? You have to have a particular kind of republic, and that gives rise to the most difficult issue which those who want to change the Constitution have to face up to and grapple with. It does appear from such polls as have been done in Australia that if the people of Australia will ever support a change in our constitutional system to a republic, they will only do so if they get a vote for the president. And the problem with that is both political and conceptual. The political is that you've got to get any proposal to change the Constitution through the present Parliament. And the present Parliament, or its likely successor, the Parliament constituted, the federal Parliament constituted as it is at the moment, is made up of politicians on all sides who see the merits of the system of parliamentary democracy, and who see the merits of the system in which the Governor-General represents the Queen, and who would be rather fearful of the idea of having an elected president. Therefore, if the people will only agree to an elected president, the problem is that it's very unlikely that the politicians will agree to that. And that's really shown by the following list of leading proponents of the Republican cause who were opposed to an elected president. Malcolm Fraser, Peter Costello, Amanda Vanstone, John Fay, Maurice Payne, George Williams, George Winterton, Leslie Zines, Greg Craven, Julia Gillard, Julie Bishop, Nicola Roxon, Malcolm Turnbull, Neville Wran, Bob Carr, Nick Greiner, Justice Brennan, Justice McGarvey, Sir Zelman Cowen, Elizabeth Evatt, and Cardinal Pell. All of them, who were Republicans, were totally opposed to an elected president. But the people of Australia, ordinary folks, would not agree to a president unless they elect the president. And it's therefore legitimate to say, if you want to change, then you've got to have a model, and you've got to have a model which is likely to be accepted. And the nature of our constitution is such that it is very difficult to envisage that the model that might succeed can get through the parliament, which is constructed on a different principle. And this is just the reality of our system. The reality may change. Nothing is ultimately fixed in stone. But the notion that it would change at the moment or in the foreseeable future is, I think, a pipe dream.